Hi, my name is Eleni Xenofondos and I'm a sophomore at NYT majoring in architecture. Today we'll be talking briefly about my Final Design 1 project. The assignment objective was to create a visitor and archive center, which would be an addition to General Ulysses S. Grant's tomb in Manhattan. Grant's tomb is located on the Upper West Side in Riverside Park in between Riverside Drive and West 102nd Street. The number of tourists at the site has dramatically decreased over the past few years. So the intent of the project was to design a visitor and archive center to hopefully spark the interest of people and or educate or further expand people's knowledge about former President and General Ulysses S. Grant. So right off the bat, some of the types of users who will be using this building are tourists, students, and historians. Some of the things that we had to pay attention to were the actual site location itself. It's located in between the Hudson River and the city skyscrapers. We also had to pay attention to the relationship of our visitor center to the tomb itself. The tomb itself is an actual neoclassical structure. And we also had to pay attention to the specific program elements that we were given. The project is very different from any other project I had done in my architecture education thus far. I guess I say this because it pushes away from abstract design and it becomes more structural and it's part of real life design. It has a specific location, a distinct purpose, and it can actually be constructed with further development for the public. Before this project, I did an analysis on the Milan residence in Florida by American architect Paul Rudolph. I became very fascinated with his work after this, and I saw an occurring theme, which was a distinct modular system. He played by many rules, but the one rule that he kept intact was keeping a modular system. So I decided to zoom in on this aspect and focus on my own modular system to create the visitor and archive center. I established a 1" by 1" square grid, which eventually helped me place all my major features in my design, such as structural system, wall location, and circulation. It even helped me locate furniture, doors, and landscape. I created this idea of 3 main buildings that hold the major program elements. These elements include an auditorium, a library/archive, and exhibition halls. The thing that connected these 3 main buildings was a glass circulation system with an elevator core on center. The glass circulation system will help navigate people in and through, and then eventually out of the visitor center and into the Grant's tomb. So I'm showing you here today a mass model of my design. You could see these 3 main distinct buildings that I was talking about holding the major programs. So over here is entry. So this building holds the auditorium. This one right over here holds the library and archive center. And this one is a 2-story floor exhibition hall. I created the buildings itself with basswood. I wanted to keep them in sync and looking uniform. And then I used plexiglass to create this circulation system. So, and then basswood sticks up top to create this louver system so enough natural light enters from on top. If you look in really closely, in the middle of my model, you see these elevator cores, which also happen to be parallel to the tomb's entry doors. The location of the buildings and the glass circulation system and the actual sizes of it were established with the grid system that I created previously. This project taught me about real-life design. I had an actual location, a distinct building purpose, and a proper structural system that had to be used. Most importantly, it taught me the advantages of establishing a modular system. Once a modular system is created, a design becomes very easy to deconstruct. Everything lines up with the grid that you establish and you prepare. Okay, well that concludes my video presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.